Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl LaShana, aka Miss West Creative Coach, and we are back with the BAE Podcast for the Dear Fear series. Today I have my homeboy RJD, and RJD, introduce yourself for the people.
Listen, guys, positive energy and good vibrations as always from me to you. I am RJD, the imperfect gentleman. I am the character and confidence building coach for men. I help men identify and destroy those false narratives that are holding them back from being the men that God has called them to be. I thank you so much for having me on this platform, Coach.
No problem. I had to have you on because number one, I don't know too many men's confidence coaches, right? And so I just wanted to start with, how did you create your platform and everything that you're doing to specialize in men confidence and character building?
Well, to be honest, it was literally from the pruning and just being around a phenomenal group of people and coaches like yourself. And shout out to everybody else, David Shands in the Morning Meetup, because I really give you guys the credit, because if it wasn't for you guys, I truly wouldn't be in the position that I am right now. I really had no clue, right, to what I actually wanted to do, but I know I wanted to help people. Mm-hmm. And then one of the key notes that I've heard in the session was that you can really help the person that you are. Right. The person who you are, you can help the most. Yep. So I started really going back into my life and thinking about the things I struggle with the most. And I realized over the last 5 years of doing a lot of personal development work that my character and my confidence is something that I truly worked on because I really needed help in it. Mm-hmm. And once I realized how far I've come in that, I realized like I can really help other men get from where they are to at least where I am, if not further. So now I'm just on fire to help men just build that confidence or rebuild it, because I know there's a lot of men that lost their confidence.
Yes, I love that. So you mentioned you were in a community, in an environment where maybe at first you wasn't really sure, you know what you wanted to do, but you just didn't know the how, right?
Right.
And I think that a lot of us, that's kind of where we are. But one thing I found, because I'm also connected to the Morning Meetup, is when you are in a vibrant, synergized environment, mm-hmm. you just organically, things start clicking.
Right.
Right. And we're on the Dear Fear series. And I just want to kind of talk about how even when you're with the right people, you're in the right environment, internally, our mindset, if not in a growth arena, mm-hmm. fear can still get in the way and still kind of push us back from our purpose.
That's a fact. I truly believe if you're not growing, you're giving fear room to grow. Right. If you're not developing yourself and moving forward in a space where you have a goal to go after something, you're giving fear an opportunity to creep in there and then manifest itself to be something bigger than truly what it is.
Yep. I agree. And grow. When you say you're giving fear room to grow, so think of a circle, right? And fear can start off small.
Yes, it can.
But that thing can bust out that circle if you're not careful, if you're not conscientious. And that's why I love the DISC assessment.
Yes.
You've taken it before, right?
Yes, indeed.
And that self-awareness tool really lets you know who you are and how you're showing up in the world.
Absolutely. Awareness is everything. Mm-hmm. I would say above all, people say, oh, you need to have this, that, and the third. Before you get anything, you need self-awareness. You need, and I can't really call it self-awareness because I believe it's really God awareness that let you know what your weaknesses and your strengths are. But it's really an awareness to who you are and why you operate the way you do. Because a lot of us are walking around on autopilot, and it's really causing us to believe false things to be real, right? Yeah. Like we're really believing the things that are in our mind that we've created that truly don't exist. Yeah. And like you said before, you was like, we're worried about things and fearful of things that we don't have proof of that they even exist. We don't have no proof of these things actually happening to us, and we still are fearful of them.
Right. I was just going to touch on that. I always ask my clients, do you have any supporting data?
Yes, no. Supporting data.
Is there any evidence?
Right.
No.
Right.
You can't arrest me then.
Fact.
Right? We up here trying to dictate what's going on when we have no supporting data. I love that. So tell us about like your journey. I see this confident, handsome guy walking in his gifts. And we all are still deep into our journey. We still got a long ways to go. But like, where did you start and how did you get here?
Oh, man.
I know that's very loaded. Question. It's very loaded.
I know, but you know what it is? I always love the question because it takes me back. right? A lot of times we don't have the opportunities, especially when life is moving as fast as it is right now, especially everything opening back up.
Right.
Excuse me, things are moving so quickly. I don't really have a time to really reflect. And these moments really give me the opportunity to, one, not only reflect, but two, say thank you, God, because I've really come a long, long way.
Yeah.
And just the question itself, I'm not going to go back that far, but let's go back 3 years, right? Let's go back 3 years to even coming into the actual morning meetup. The group was just, I said to myself, I'm tell you the whole story. So Mike Williams, shout out to Mike Williams, a homeboy of mine I went to high school with. He was all over the internet from like 2008 and up. So I'm like, yo, what is this guy doing? But I'm too busy making money in the street, living the life that I thought I was supposed to live. And he would tell me, yo, Rod, come over here. I got something for you. I ain't got time to play with you, Mike. I'm out here in these streets. So I moved to South Florida because I needed a change in my life, right? I was definitely doing things in New York that was either going to get me killed or me have to kill somebody or put me in jail, right? Just the flat out truth. So I had to move. I moved to South Florida and changed my lifestyle. I looked up and said, you know what? I'm going to take Mike up on this offer. Let me see what he got going on. So Mike said, you know what? Get involved with this morning meetup.
I didn't know you and Mike went way back.
Yeah, me and Mike Williams went back to high school. Yeah.
Got you.
So when he said it, I was like, all right, cool. I'm not doing nothing currently. I need something to do. And at the time, I had my hands dibble and dabble in so many things. I had my hands in real estate. I was learning the real estate game. I was trying to do wholesaling and a few other things, a few endeavors I was doing at the same time. And I was just confused about what I wanted to do. And I came to the morning meetup, and it was one morning where after a while I got comfortable and I started talking more. Yeah. And Dave put me on the spot. He was like, yo, so what do you do? And I'm just like, oh, shoot. Well, I started spewing out the stuff that I thought sounded good, right? I started talking about the real estate game, the little small pieces of things that I had just learned that week.
Right.
And I was like nervous and saying it timid. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he's asking me, he's like, so what else? What else do you do? Like, what else do you like to do? And then they start talking about my page. And then Jose goes, wait a minute, that's RJD. That's the dude that I've been seeing on the internet. Tell him what you really do. So I began to really talk about it. And when I talked about it and lit up. And once I lit up, Dave was like, no. I don't care whatever you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it. You got to go do something else right now. And literally, that was Dave starting me up to really just journey I'm on right now. And as you hear, my son right now.
It is all good. So it sounds like he pushed you to really go for your heart and not for what you thought was cool.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's very interesting. You put him on your lap. It's all good. So
he ain't gonna stop.
It is all good. Listen, this is real life. Hey, Cutie.
Right. Say hi. Hi.
Hi. So I love that. So what happened from there? Once you were like, okay, this is what I really love to do. What happened from there?
Okay, so once I got like literally that fear away, because it was really fear at that moment of really picking something to go with. I needed more clarity, and I actually reached out to Dave, and I said, yo, Dave, I need coaching, I need help. He was like, bro, I can't help you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't coach you. I was like, I felt a certain kind of way, because at first I was like, yo, what you mean you can't coach? I said, you're doing it to everybody else. What do you mean you can't help? Stop, Poppy. No, you being a brat. Go ahead now. So, Poppy, I'm working. Go send the cat. I'm coming. Go ahead. So, what he did was he put me in contact with Donni. He was like, yo, I got somebody who can help you, because he's like, yo, basically I'm too busy and I got things happening, but I put somebody in contact that can help you. I said, all right, cool. He gave me Donnie's contact, and I listened to her when she brought it to the morning meetup, and just the way she spit information out and the way she's talking, I was like, all right, maybe I can tap in with her. And we had a conversation, and then she's like, no, I can help you. Like, if you just listen to what I got to tell you, I can help you. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really one that really pays attention and likes structure too much. The disc assessment, I'm a low S and a low C, so you know. Yeah. So for the first 4 months, Donni was banging my head. Like, just listen to me. And I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna do it my way.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, like one Thursday, Donni chewed my ass out. Like, she chewed me out in the group meeting in front of everybody. Tore my Instagram apart, destroyed me. But while she was doing it, I was actually listening to what she was saying and doing what she was saying in the midst of it.
Yeah. So
after she finished cussing me out and all that, and went to the next person, I put the thing on mute and turned my camera off, and I was hot. I'm sitting over here like, my wife is on the same call with me, so she comes running in the office like, yo, babe, you pay her for this.
Right.
You need to relax. She's like, calm down. Know you're mad. Just deal with it. Yo, the next week, 4 days later, I got four clients on my calendar, and 2 of them signed up. High ticket.
What did you do differently?
I changed my approach. I changed my bio. I changed my systems. I changed I started listening to Donni, to be honest. Everything that I wasn't listening to. I'm sorry?
You probably changed your messaging too.
Oh, the messaging switched, even the wording I used.
Yep.
Where I put things at, everything changed just because I started listening. And that was more of a test to me, just to get out of my own way. Because honestly, I've been that way my whole life. I hear something and I'm like, I'm gonna do that my way, rather than saying, all right, let me learn it first and then go about it.
Yeah, no, thanks for sharing that, because you're not alone. I think the ego gets in the way. Right. I think we want to do the same thing because we feel like it's been working. But honestly, if it's been working, then the revenue would indicate it. The transformation of our clients would have the results, right? And so at the end of the day, you got to have some tough love.
And let me tell you, I'm the type that need it. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. I know myself, and that's back to the self-awareness. It's like knowing myself is like knowing that I need that.
Right.
It's somebody that I need that can give it to me too. I can't have somebody who's going to back down because I might snarl a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I need somebody who's going to be like, I don't care how mad you are. You're going to do X, Y, Z. Because at the end of the day, it's for my best interest.
I love it. So we're going to shift gears for a minute, and you got your son in your lap. And I think this is pretty cool because I always ask the question, what would you tell your 15-year-old self, right? Now think about this. Think back to where young RJD was, where young Roderick was. What was he doing? And what would you tell him right now if you could talk to him?
Wow. If I could talk to young 15-year-old me, first and foremost, I know I wouldn't listen. I know it. I wouldn't listen to me. But what I would try to convey to myself is slow down, son. Slow down. You don't have to live your life, everything before the age of 30. So you see, because I had a fear of consciously and subconsciously that I wouldn't live to see past 30. Because they told us, especially young Black men growing up everywhere from school to church, that we don't make it past 30.
Yeah.
So a lot of my life, I was trying to do things so I could have an experience before I left Earth, because I truly felt like I wasn't going to live to see this age. So now here I am at 36, realizing that, I was speeding for nothing. Like, I was really risking my life and doing risque things for nothing, because in no actuality, I'm sitting right here because of God's grace. So if I had to tell myself anything at 15, I would say, slow down. Take it easy. You're going to make it.
That's funny, because what I tell my 15-year-old self is enjoy your childhood and stop trying to be grown, which is exactly what you just said.
Yes.
Slow down. Awesome. Wow. So now, you know me, I'm on social, I'm a mindset and clarity strategist, but what did you start thinking when I started focusing on fear and the impact of fear and, writing the Dear Fear letter? Like, when you hear fear and you think about entrepreneurship, you think about parenting and being a husband and just thriving in the world, like, what comes up for you?
Oh, man. Fear for me is one of the scariest things in the world, because until recently, it was so real to me. Like, we know fear isn't real now, but before, for me, fear was really real. And now that I've seen you focus on it, it actually brings it more to my mind to not to dwell in it. Like, I used to really abide in fear.
Right.
Like, I used to let fear consume me to where the point is, like, I would make things happen in my mind. Like, I would make up these whole scenarios that would paralyze me. For instance, even one of my guys I'm coaching through it right now, he literally said the other day, I'm planning on going to the mall. I said, okay, great. But even in the conversation, he's like, nah, I'm not going to go. I said, what happened just that quick? He's like, nah, you know what? Probably gonna see a girl. Like, I don't have my hair cut, and she's gonna see me and not gonna want. I'm like, wait a minute. So you're not gonna leave your home to go someplace that you want to go for the fear of being rejected from a woman that you haven't even met yet. You dig what I'm saying? So what I've learned that we have to do with fear is really, really look at it head on for what it is. Because if we allow fear to walk side by side with us and we keep looking straight, we'll never identify that there's nobody standing next to us.
Yep.
But if we look out to our side and say, you know what, wait a minute, that's fear. False evidence appearing real. This is not real.
Right.
Let's like, what scenario is this? And then once that we realize that there's something going wrong, we can address it. What is this coming from? A fear of being what? Rejected. Where's that come from? Right now we can really get down to the root of what's causing this quote unquote fear.
Right.
But until recently, I wasn't able to do that. So I would be submerged in it and I would literally be paralyzed. So there were so many opportunities, so many experiences, and also, truth be told, relationships that I definitely missed out on because I was fearful to even show up as myself.
Very true. You know what's crazy? What I just heard you do, you kept saying, why? Where did that come from? That's digging deep. And honestly, it's not fear. It's unresolved trauma. Right? Fear is the residue.
Right.
What happened in the past?
Facts.
Probably got bullied, probably didn't feel like they were enough because maybe they didn't have the money or whatever to look a certain way, or that didn't just start yesterday when I said I want to go to the mall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's deeper than the rap.
Digging deeper, asking those hard questions helps us to get to a fine-tuned explanation, so then we can really work on the core and stop working on the surface.
Facts. And that's what fear really is.
Yes.
Surface level. Exactly
that. Wow. So I've been enjoying talking to you and Lil Man.
Yeah, he's in and out of here, right?
Right. He'll be back in a minute. So we're about to wrap up real quick for the one time. But I want to ask you if you're comfortable, because I've been asking all my guests to look in the camera and actually talk to fear. Okay. And my conversation is going to be different because what I was struggling with, I pulled the plug and I left my 9-to-5.
Yes, congratulations. I want to tell
Thank
you that, as a matter of fact, I'm going to take this opportunity on your platform in this space to say congratulations. That is bigger than you know. And I know that it's crazy because like we've had discussion off air, but it's going to open up so many more doors for you now. Like just because you've punched fear in the face in that way, in that manner. You know what I mean? So congratulations, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Likewise. Indeed, I know you've transitioned as well, but that was one thing that I was struggling with. But let me tell you something. It's always going to be something else, right?
Yes, right.
So now I went over that hump. Okay, what's the new hump? So I got to figure out how I'm going to talk to fear now that I'm going to be facing a new hump. And I'm going to let you go first. And it can be as short and sweet as you like or a long novel. It's really up to you.
All right. Well, first and foremost, fear, what up? It's me again. I'm not scared of you. I used to be a boy. My emotions was 12. I was 30. So now guess what? I've done the work. I've done the hard work. I've taken time out of my life to say, you know what, let me rebuild the boy. Emotionally, I'm no longer a baby. I've matured. I can look you in the face now and say, I'm no longer scared of what you thought you can make me feel. I'm a man now, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So fear, you have no place here. You might as well find some other sucker or somebody else the brain to reside in, because mine is full of joy, full of peace, full of solid and understanding who God is to me and whose I am. So with that being said, fear, beat it. You ain't got no space over here.
Period. Listen. We up here in open mic poetry for the one time. That's what I'm talking about. Shoot, I don't even really need to go. You feel me? I'm a little scared. Okay? And what's really good?
Yo, because you know what, for real, Coach, like for so long, I've been scared. Like and people didn't know it because I have this really, really extroverted personality. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the life of the party everywhere I go, but people don't realize like that's how I use my mechanism to keep you so far away from what's really going on with me.
Yes.
So while I'm in the out and open, I'm having a good time. On the inside, I'm terrified. Now that I'm have this place of peace where I know that I don't have to hide behind my personality no more, or me being extroverted. I can just truly be my authentic self.
Ooh.
I don't really care nothing about fear, or fear doesn't even exist no more.
That's dope. I love that. I love that. All right. So, hey, fear. The reason why I'm being playful is because you played yourself. You actually motivated me to pull the trigger, because really I would have dragged my feet even longer. Right. But because you were there in my ear telling me what I couldn't do, I showed up and showed out, and it's done. So go on, try to figure out what you got next. But I'm dunking. That's a shot. I'm dunking. I'm doing a jumper, okay?
Yeah. She pump faked and then she went up with a dunk on you.
Hey, now get the rebound.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna clean it up. Don't you worry about it.
No, literally, like there's healthy fear and there's unhealthy fear. Yeah. And it's a balance, because healthy fear is good. It's like healthy boundaries, right?
Right.
Or blurred boundaries where you just have no boundaries, right? And I just love that every day in entrepreneurship, we're able to grow, learn about ourselves, learn about how to serve our clients better, and ultimately learn as a whole person. I want to thank you for being on the BAE Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Super dope.
This is dope. Thank you.
And you're welcome. And before we wrap up, let everybody know where they can find you, and what is it that if they're struggling with blank, what would that be? And they need to reach out to RJD.
Okay, well, if you are struggling with your character, your confidence, right? If you're a man out there that's struggling with any part of his confidence, whether it's just being a man, a father, a husband, approaching women, speaking up for yourself at work, accepting criticism, dealing with boyhood issues, any of those things, trust me, you don't have to struggle no longer. I'm here. But the only thing I can tell you is that I wish I was here for myself long ago. So now that I'm here, don't let me go to waste, man. Use me as a resource, because everything I've been through, I know it wasn't just for me. Everything that I struggled to get through, I understand it was for you. So listen, don't let your pride be in the way. Don't let your ego stay in the way no longer. Get that out the way and holler at me, man. If you need to find me, I'm RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman, on Instagram, right? And if you want to get in contact with me from there, hit the link in my bio and schedule yourself that call. I'm telling you, today could be the best day of your life to transform your mindset and to be the man that you really want to be. So don't waste no more time, man.
Man, you dope. Your passion is just like, that's why I was over here. Sorry if I was distracting y'all, but listen, I can't hold back. When I feel something to my soul, I'm about to dance, period.
Listen, and I love it. I love it.
Make sure y'all check out the notes. I'm going to have RJD's info in the notes. Always tune in to the BAE Podcast. We're also audio. So if you don't want to watch us, you can also listen to us on Anchor, Google Play, and all streaming platforms. Thank you again, RJD, for popping through and coming through. And Lil Man, let them know we said, hey. And on that note, you guys, if you ever want to come and grace your presence on the BAE Podcast, hit me up on Instagram and let's see if it's a good fit. I would love for you to pop on and share your story. And on that note, see you next time.
Peace, y'all.